Today I am interviewing Miss Ciara Halloran on the 3 roller coasters I have written a review on.
Rockin' roller coaster.
Rockin' roller coaster is by far one of my favorite rides at Disney. Actually, I think it is my favorite ride at Disney. The reason for that, well, I don't know, I just really like being on the ride. It makes me really excited. And I've always been a fan of roller coasters, and this one I would say is definitely the best roller coaster at Disney because it is the only one that goes upside down, and it's also in the dark, sort of. There's like lights and stuff. It's not like as dark as Space Mountain. And it's also, there's like some little drops and stuff, but not too much, like nothing like Splash Mountain. But anyway, on the topic of it going upside down, it's not like full-on loops that are like this. It's more of a corkscrew sort of thing. So there's like 3 corkscrews, but what I like about corkscrews is you can't feel it as much as going on ones that go directly upside down, because we went to Disneyland in California, and they had the one on the pier that went like directly upside down, and you could really feel it. But Rockin' Roller Coaster, you can't. So that's a pro, and I was sort of nervous to go on the ride for that reason. However, my sister is only 7, and she almost went on it this time because she was tall enough. However, we're going to wait till next year just so we're sure she's ready. But yeah, it's really good.
Ciara, do you like Everest?
Well, Expedition Everest is a fairly new ride that is in Disney's Animal Kingdom. I remember when they were building it, and I was really excited to ride it. So as soon as it came out, the next trip that we came, I rode it over and over and over again because this was my favorite ride. And it was my favorite ride for a very long time until I started to get the courage to ride on Rockin' Roller Coaster. Then that became my favorite ride. But anyway, Everest is very fast, and there's a drop, but it's not like very big. It's kind of medium size. And I would recommend this ride to thrill seekers and people that like going fast and backwards in the dark. And it gets to a point where you go backwards and you start to go up, and it does sort of feel like you're going upside down depending where you're sitting in the little truck thing that it takes you on. However, I would not recommend this ride to people that have vertigo, are afraid of drops or the dark or anything like that, because it does go quite fast, goes down a pretty big drop, and it goes backwards in the dark. However, I love this ride, and I will continue to ride it.
What do you think about Space Mountain?
Space Mountain was one of the first roller coasters that I actually rode when I was at Disney, and I do love it still. However, my family does not love it so much. It's one of the older roller coasters, and even though it's had many, many refurbishments, it is still quite rough. Like when you're sitting on it, it's like jerking you around and all kind of like craziness. So if you have any neck or back problems, I would definitely not recommend this ride. And also it's one-seater, so it's like one person in front of the other, so you can sit with like your family, but it's like one in a row, and that makes quite a few of the children that I've seen board it very nervous. Like my sister, she was kind of scared to sit by herself. And also, if you're very tall, the legroom in that little one-seater compartment is not big at all, so you're like sitting like this in the little chair that it gives you, but the chair is quite comfy. Anyway, the ride itself, it is in the dark, and it's supposed to be like you're under the stars or whatever, because there's like planets and shooting stars everywhere, and it is quite fun. I do love the ride a lot, and I would go on it again. I will ride it every time that I go to Disney.
Okay, thanks for watching!